Although we do have to start off on like a somber note because one of the actual factual goats of sports TV unfortunately passed away. That's John Brenkus. If you don't know who he is the mastermind behind sports science. This is him. If you've seen him before, he passed away. He lost his battle with suicide. They said, and sports science was that. I don't like because every year I never like said it nowhere because doesn't. Who cares? But like every year, I'd always be like, man, what happened to the sports science episodes? Like they need to bring them back because like this Brandon Jacobs one that's playing right now where he lets Brandon Jacobs just run him over.
One, go.
Like he was doing stuff like that for science and for sports and for science. And it was absolutely amazing. The one I always do remember though is because it was just putting into perspective how crazy Dirk jump shot is. It was like he did like an experiment and he found out that if you were Yao Ming's height with the vertical of Derrick Rose, you still wouldn't be able to block Dirk's jump shot. Like he was doing stuff like
so crazy.
That's what I'll never forget. I'll never forget.
Hey, that's the real. Hey, that's the real analytics right there, bro. That's the real analytics.
But I couldn't find it. But that's something I'll never forget. But no, sports science was absolutely amazing. So this actually does make me sad.
I used to always remember the one that they did with Kevin Love rebounding against
the sumo dude.
I used to see that one a lot. They used to rerun that one a lot. But man, I'm talking about it. That was real nigga analytics back in the day.
Really?
When people talked about plus minuses and all that stuff, nah, fuck that.
Real analytics.
That's when you knew who the superstars was, my nigga. I'm like, hey. That nigga tough. I know Adrian Peterson had to have something.
I think his was like because Adrian Peterson had like notorious like hand strength. I think they did something about that with him.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. I could see that. And damn, I didn't know that was.
It was somebody. It was like some NFL player that did like a whole bunch of backflips one time too. Was it Julio or no?
I don't know.
I'm probably misremembering it, but he was just sports science was amazing. So it really do suck. I'm not gonna lie.
R.I.P. I remember I had tweeted out. I was like, man, like, what do you consider like peak NBA media or peak like sports media? And I got some answers back, but and everybody keeps everybody's gonna do like what their childhood was for real or what there was as a teenager. Some nigga gave me a random gap between like 2016 and 2023. I'm like, brother, that's a large gap, nigga. That's just not that. I just don't think that's true. But I think for me, those shows back when ESPN dominated for real, and they didn't have to worry about
actual programming.
Whatever was between First Take and whatever game that was tipping off tonight, there were like 4 or 5, maybe even 6 different shows that was coming on, whether it be Sports Nation, his and hers, his and hers, who is Jamel Hill and Michael. I forgot the dude's name. Of course, you had Around the Horn, Empowered in the Interruption, but you had even that fucking show with Bomani Jones and that white guy in the grandpa or Poppy or whatever the fuck that nigga's name is.
Highly questionable.
Highly questionable. Yeah. Truth be told, whenever Bomani used to take breaks or whenever Lebatard used to take breaks or whatever, that's when I saw Pablo Torre for the first time. They used to throw Pablo Torre in there like every once in a while.
Yeah.
Just to sub him in. I'm like, damn, who's this nigga? Nigga kind of fire.
ESPN had they had a whole lot of obviously Doug because ESPN, so they're gonna have their pick of the litter. But they had a whole lot of talent run through like their ranks in those years, bro.
Yeah, like all the way up until 2015. Once that Civil War happened, where Colin Cowherd just took all the ex ESPNers and took them to FS1. Hey, ESPN was that nigga. They did what they need to do. But shout out to that family. That was NBA Steve Irwin. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to call him, but yeah, he will be missed. He truly will be missed.